Alright YouTube, today, comparison video. Blackridge 155, so BRC155, Stanley 190. So, I've just finished making a video about the pros and cons and things I like about that. I'm not sure what order I'll release them in, regardless. That's been an excellent compressor, gone for a long time. I've already got a pressure up from empty to fill the 50 litre tank up to 145 psi of 1.53 minutes. So, let's talk about the 50 litre tanked Blackridge BRC155. Now this is the one that Supercheap Auto sent me for free for the purpose of review and to have in my workshop and use every day. I bought that one 7 years ago. I have another one of these tucked all the way up the back there, and I have a Blackridge 180 litre one that I borrowed off my mate, which we will do a direct comparison between that and this next. So that'll be another video. So this belt drive little beast, cast iron pump, cast iron bores, aluminium heads, big aluminium cooled motor. The heat sinks changed a little bit between the 4-year-old one I've got. The paint scheme changed, they're a grey colour now with bright orange stickers. This one's a bit dusty, it's been doing a little bit of work in the workshop, obviously. These ones have unloader valve here, which can huff for a little bit when they first start up from an empty charge, no issue. The best thing about that is it's splashing oil around on the bores, unloaded. Spends a bit more time doing that. It'll probably last a great deal longer. These don't get overly hot. There's obviously not a great deal of airflow off the little blades on the fan, but still, they don't get very hot. They chug along nicely forever. The 4-year-old one of these, I've never tightened the belt on. I've only ever serviced it. Dropped the oil out of the very little drain bung very down the bottom here. First time I did it on the other one, I undid the sight glass. Long story. Blow the air cleaners out, take the 2 of them off, blow the filters out of them. If they get a bit crappy, you can buy them super cheap. They're in the air tool section. These little beasts chug along for hours and hours and hours. No issues. I'd have to look up their actual duty cycle. I'm not 100% sure, I might drop it in the top of the comments. But I would call me an excessive user rather than a everyday user of compressors. I have a 600 litre air tank these are connected to normally. Whichever compressor I'm running, whatever compressor I'm running, doesn't really matter. That allows me to sandblast with my Tool Pro sandblasting cabinet, which Supercheap sent me. It allows me to use all kinds of air tools for longer, with less pressure drop, just so you can get more done. So, aside from the obvious litres per minute difference between these two beasts, 190, 155, the other thing to note is this one probably does a few less RPM. Motor still does 2850, no load, so probably 2600. Under compressor load, something like that. That one pulls about 2300, 2100 watts when running. This one pulls about 1900 it's rated at. I'll have to get the kilowatt hour meter, that's another thing we can do another time. I also intend on borrowing a thermal gun. Run that one for however long it takes to charge the 600 litre air tanks. And that one, just run the thermal gun over it just so you can make the decision for yourself. Now, I'm not being biased with this one because Supercheap sent me one for free, because I actually bought one before they sent me one of these. They sent me this so I could have it in my workshop, the new, the good Blackridge, and really happy with it. This is the compressor I've been using lately. This one only came out to the shed the other day, it's been at home. So, let's air this one up from empty. As you can see, it's empty. This one is up to about 115 psi. That one does 145. So if you need that extra pressure, you're probably going to need to go that compressor, because most direct drive and belt drives stop at 115. So that one did it in a minute 53. Reset our clock. Stopwatch, timer, whatever. Alright, see how long it takes. Climbs along pretty quick. I think it's going to win. I think it's going to have it to the cut-off point. It's going to be close. $142 it was. Second of finger lag because I was watching the gauge, not the timer. 142 versus 153. So, not the fairest of comparisons because this is 3 months old, that's 7 years old. But that's quite respectable out of something that's only free air delivered at 155 litres per minute. Yep, that's 120 pound. That's 145. Squeeze an extra 20 psi in there, 25. But quite impressive. As you can see, it's not overly loud. I will do a comparison between this and the belt drive, the direct drive next. But the thing I love about this one is they come on special and they're like $399-ish with an air hose. Sometimes even like $450 with an air hose and accessory kit and all those goodies. So Supercheap will come out with awesome deals on these ones. I believe I paid about $420-ish for the original 4-year-old one of these we've got. It's up in the corner up there, up in where the shelves are. But that's the thing to keep in mind. If you're going to buy one, just wait until they're on special. Supercheap do sick deals with them. Go and buy one then. But even if you don't, it's not the end of the world because they are still a really good quality unit. My other one, I had to put a bit of silicone spray on the pressure switch, like after 4 years of the pressure switch kicking in and out, just because it wasn't turning off and it'd go until the safety valve opened. Not an issue, it's got a safety valve. Big pro for this, twin air outlets. With taps, straight out of the box. You don't pay anything extra for that. Comes with the outlets. That one's only got a single one. I've never tried, but I believe that one there is pressure controlled. That one there's straight off the tank. So, I will do a comparison between this and the direct drive. Here's a bit of a comparison between these two. Close enough with pumping up a 50 litre tank, even though the pressure was different. Different sound, different pump RPM. You can see the belt configuration. It's not overly huge. Righto, this side there'll be some more videos, more playlists, more reviews. This side over here there'll be a subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if this helped you out. There'll be a link to this in the top of the video description so you can go and buy one from Supercheap. This one too. And yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.